Hi, I'm Lisa Wisner, the host of PowerUp Hero. PowerUp Hero is a podcast all about living a powered up life. Because let's face it, living your best life and juggling a busy workload, that can be close to impossible. I found hundreds and hundreds of PowerUp life hacks and systems that will help you automate your life and be time smart. So instead of spending your time, you're using it to actualize your potential. And I'm so excited for you to join me on my podcast, PowerUp Hero, so you can power up your life to live to your fullest potential.
Hello, everybody watching from all over the world. I'm Lisa Wisner. So excited to be your host of the PowerUp Hero Show, a show all about you. Yes, you and your story, and how you are being a hero in your story, because we know that life is all about challenges, and sometimes it can feel like you have to pull superpowers from who knows where. So I want to also introduce my co-host. Hello, Megan. Welcome to the show,
Lisa.
Megan.
How's it going?
Good, and you?
Good. I'm doing good. I'm ready to hear a hero story for sure. You know what I watched today? I watched the movie Luca.
Oh my gosh, you watched Luca. Oh my
God.
God.
I watched Luca, and now my new thing is going to be Silencio, Bruno.
So Bruno. And for me, it's like in the beginning, they go pom, 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 pom. I think I've watched it too much. Like the fact that I can even sing all the songs is crazy. Luca! Oh my gosh, what made you watch Luca?
Well, you told me about it, and I had never seen it. And then I saw it on Disney Plus, and I said, you know what? I'm going to watch it. But I really liked the movie so much because it was about him overcoming his fears and telling all the voices inside his head to be quiet. And then at the end, it was about acceptance, right? He accepted himself for who he was, and he was like, hey, everybody, this is who I am. Like, love it or leave it.
Luca is a power-up hero. Yes, it's probably why I've watched it 100 times. Every time a guy comes home from school, I'm like, you want to watch Luca? Like, that's like the one thing I always ask is like, do you want to go sit on my bed and watch Luca together? And we watch it like maybe 2 or 3 times a night. So I absolutely love Luca, and I'm glad you watched Luca. So now you'll get things when I tell you. Silencio, Bruno. You'll know what I mean.
Yep.
I love it. And I love how they were collecting all these things. And then I'm going to say a bad word, stupido, right? For us stupidos in our family. And it goes, hello, everybody, stupidos. It's like the best part. That's like my best part when they do that and they think it's like a greeting. So if you haven't watched Luca, you need to watch it. For those of you
Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. But anyway, the show today is all about this guy right here, Joe De La Paz. Boxing coach. We call him Coach Joe. We're so excited, Megan. Do you know Coach Joe?
I don't know, but I have a feeling I'm about to know.
You are about to know Coach Joe. And so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the show. You know, our world needs more heroes today, more than ever before. And so we created this show to celebrate leaders in our community, to celebrate people who have been nominated as Power Up Heroes. We're going to talk about Joe's mission that Joe is on. We're going to talk about the life that Joe has led and the life he's living right now. And we're also going to talk about how Joe is a power-up hero for our community. We know that being a power-up hero is about living our best lives and being agents of change. And so today, we will unpack all that is Joe and find out how he's being an agent of change by being the best version of himself. We're going to elevate a spotlight on Joe De La Paz, better known as Coach Joe. Coach Joe is a boxing coach and public relations manager at Duke It Out Boxing Club. Now, Megan, before I go any further, you do boxing, don't you?
I mean, kind of. I dabble in a little bit of Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Boxing is like on a whole nother level. Some people, if I didn't come from this world of sports, and so I would say it's kind of like boxing, right? And the Muay Thai people would be like, no, it's not like boxing. I'm like, okay, never mind.
Well, Joe works with Duke It Out Boxing. Now, Duke It Out Boxing is a club that was started in 2018, and it's a non-profit organization, Megan. And get this, they started off with 3 boxers and 1 coach, and now this organization has grown to 20 boxers and 3 coaches.
Wow.
Duke It Out Boxing is on a mission to provide a place and program where we can keep our future generation off the streets in a safe and bully-free environment with an opportunity to succeed in life. And with that, Megan, I introduce you to our power-up hero of, get this, Megan, time travel, Coach Joe De La Paz. Welcome, Joe. Welcome to the show.
How's everybody doing? Hello, everybody.
We're so excited to have you here. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's an honor, and again, thank you, everybody that's tuned in. Really looking to make your day with the 1 hour we have, to bring awareness to Duke It Out Boxing Club. So.
Oh, I'm always so excited to introduce Megan to people that she may not know that she needs to know. So this is an opportunity, Megan. I also don't know Coach Joe that well. So both of us are kind of going to get a really good opportunity to meet Coach Joe because I've heard a lot about Coach Joe. He actually got nominated by 2 people before he came on. We're excited. We're excited you're here, Coach Joe. And so, first of all, congratulations. You are definitely a power-up hero in our eyes. When we looked up all the amazing things you do in our community, all I can say is blessings to you. Much, I guess you could say, success in everything you aspire to do because it's all for good. And we need more people like you in our world, in our community. So thank you for being who you are. And thank you for pouring so much into our future generation. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Do it from the heart. That's what it's all about.
You definitely do it from the heart. And I'm going to go off script a little bit, Megan. We're actually going to start with a video this time. So I do want to start off with a video to give you a little bit of an introduction to Duke It Out Boxing. We'll be right back.
Duke It Out Boxing Club started back in 2018, January, with just one coach, which is Coach Duke, and only 3 boxers.
Started working out the garage, and little by little it took on. I had my son and 2 other fighters, and we grew.
We kind of worked at the idea that we would take more kids that were being bullied or having self-esteem issues and use not just the fundamentals of boxing for competitive boxing, but to help kids that typically weren't going to go into that side of the sport, but they still needed help.
I mean, we have kids in here that walk in that won't even say 2 words. I can tell you 99% of these kids ain't going to be pro fighters. And even though he doesn't have potential, you still got to do it because we don't leave nobody behind. Everybody's got to grow.
See him walk in from day one, not being able to jump rope or just run, doing the basic exercises, and then watching them get better and each time that they keep going, it builds up confidence right then and there.
Everything starts off here in the gym.
My philosophy is work hard, win easy.
You have to put in the work, no matter what, you have to. I mean, I always tell the kids, hard work beats talent when talent isn't working.
1, 2, 1, 2. Straight here. Nice. You swimming? Are you swimming? Don't swim.
I think discipline, respect, and control. That's the main ones. You got to be very disciplined, not just here, but at home as well.
And those things can be applied in life at any time, whether it's work, school, any kind of thing that you're faced with.
I gotta hit.
Winning's the easiest thing you can do. Let's go. Push yourself. 50, go.
So all the coaches that work here are volunteers. We don't get paid for what we do. But I think it's more of the impact we can have on these kids. What is it that we can teach them to help them overcome the obstacles we know they're going to face?
Who wants it more? Is it you or is it him? I know I want y'all to want it more because I want it more.
Right as soon as they step in that ring, they're already winners in our eyes. It takes a lot of courage to get in this ring and look at somebody in the eye and punch and get punched.
You're not a failure. In here, in this gym, you are not a failure. You're a winner. As soon as you walk in that door and you're doing everything that Coach Eric and then Coach Joe pushes you and I'm pushing you to it, you're a winner automatically. You're not no loser. So when you go out there and you try to succeed in life, we'll give you the tools for life.
I know you can do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it. Wake up, one more time.
Again, anything you do and everything you do, you have to give it 110%. No matter what it is, you have to give it your all. I mean, I want them to believe in me the way I believe in their kid.
There's got to be straight punches, guys.
Win or lose, it doesn't matter. Coming in out of the ring, the love for the kids that you got, when they exit the ring, that's what we drive for. That's what I love. Either once soon as they get out, they embrace them with a lot of love, and that's what I look for.
I know you can do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it.
I absolutely love how at the end we had that tribute to David Mendes. For those of you who know who David was, you know, David made a lot of awesome videos. He made videos of me as well, so I'm so grateful that he was part of that video. But, you know, Coach Joe, can I just say something after watching that video? There were so many quotable moments in that. Oh, Megan, your book's already full. Give us some of them, Megan. Give us some of them, because the whole time I'm trying to keep up with all these awesome quotes.
Yeah, I really loved how they talked about hard work beats talent when talent isn't working. I loved how they talked about discipline, because that is one thing I'm trying to work into my life right now. I really loved how they put into my mind how your mind usually quits on you before your body does. Wow. And so there's so many things that I took away, and I'm ready right now. I mean, let's go. Where's the gym?
I want to dive right in and find out how Coach Joe is part of this awesomeness in our community. You know, I'm just seeing kids. It's a nonprofit, so it obviously sounds like Duke It Out Boxing is a no-cost opportunity for our youth to get involved in boxing. And also, it sounds like motivational opportunities, right, for their self-esteem, for their confidence. How did you get involved with this, Coach Joe?
Well, it was a simple connection on this part. My son, he was 8 years old at the time, and we had taken him to a gym, and I really didn't like my point of view of what was going on, and just like anything else, you got to kind of find your spot. When I found Coach Duke, it was 2018, and he had just converted over to a smaller gym from outside his garage. So roughly then it was about 8 kids, and I put my son in it, and I told him, I said, look, I have boxing experience. I'm a part of the community itself, and I'd like to see what we can do together, you know, as a team. And so Coach Duke was all about building up these kids. And I said, well, let's take this dream that you have, and let's make it bigger than it can be. And he said, you know what, Joe, if you want to make it a nonprofit and you want to help kids in the community, I'm down for it. We can do this, but I'll put it up to you to do it. And so I came in from an industry where I had just business operations and P&Ls and operation down to a science. And I said, I've never done a nonprofit, nor have I would even know what to do. So I just started utilizing my resources, contacting different people, and then of course, you know, figuring out what I need to do to operate that way. And so being blessed, we got it in 2019. They gave us our nonprofit number, our sector. We became a part of it, and then it was okay. So this is what we're doing. We're going to take the fundamentals of boxing, and we're going to utilize it to build kids that don't want to be boxers. They're not every kid that steps in the door walks in with the idea that, oh, I want to fight. More than likely they're there. It's because they're being bullied, or they have self-esteem issues. The parents are trying to build them up. There's something going on. So when I started doing more in depth of what we're supposed to be doing as a nonprofit, and what I wanted to do, it was being able to help at-risk kids from the community that are coming from low-income families, single-parent homes, or just lack of self-esteem. They had no confidence. They were being bullied, and we put all these factors together and said, look, we're not going to be like just a regular boxing gym. Every boxing gym in any part of the place you're at, they're looking for competitive boxers. They want somebody who comes in and is going to box, is going to fight and win, and of course, build up their team. And I said, well, not every kid that steps in the door has that opportunity or has that goal. There's something else into it. So I dug a little deep in, and I put a little paperwork assignment together. So that way when the kids joined in, it was more of, here, I want you to fill this out. And they'd look at me like, wait, what is this for? And I would tell the parents, look, I really want to help your kid, but I need to know more about your kid in order to help them. Why they're here, what are they expecting to get out of it, what motivates them, who are their heroes, and those kind of things, just to know who the role models are that motivates them, because not everybody's motivated by the same thing. And so I just said, you know what, let's just do it. And so I have a big update to give y'all. And so it was even awesome to know I didn't correct it in the beginning, but it's now it's an opportunity to say it. So when Coach Duke started this, it was one coach, 3 kids in a garage. When we did the video, we were at 3 coaches, 25 boxers. COVID hit, we lost 15. We were down to 10. We were wondering what was gonna happen. Things started opening up, and with just prayer and consistency, we are at 50 kids currently, and we have 5 boxing coaches. And so it's huge. It's substantial, and that is just the scratching of the surface. My goal is to ensure we become the next Boys and Girls Club or YMCA at Corpus Christi. I want these kids to have a second home that they can depend on, a bully-free environment, safe environment where they can use the fundamentals of boxing to develop themselves, and build themselves. Because again, not every kid comes to the gym is going to be a professional boxer. We know that. But we want to prepare them for life, because if they can handle the psychological stress and physical stress that they go through in a boxing program, when they go to work or school, they're going to be like, oh, I got this. I can do this because I've done harder things. And they've learned to excel and achieve those things by just using the fundamentals of boxing. And that's, just jump roping, running, push-ups, lifting weights, being able to step in the ring and face another opponent. And that's courage alone. So we tell everybody, once you cross that line and you're in that square, you've already won. Whether it happens on the outside of that or inside of that whole tournament or event or just the practice of it, you won, because it takes a lot of courage to step in the ring, because not everybody is designed for this. Not everybody has that bravery. It's just like kids, firefighters, and of course you have the police officers. You have these people that step up to take on a duty that a military branch. Those guys, they go, it's all or nothing. They are sacrificing their life at any point in time to do the job. And that's where these kids have to understand that they can be those things and be successful, and they can change the circumstances of what they're faced with currently. No matter what family background they come from, economic life they live in, or the financial bringing up they have, they can change their future, but they have to believe in themselves. And that's what we offer, that opportunity to say, I can do anything as long as I put my mind to it. And I got this. And that's what we try to build up with these kids in our program.
Oh my goodness, Megan. Oh my gosh, Megan. Can I just say, Coach Joe, you started off with, so your son is actually the catalyst, right, for this whole entire program, right? So you seeked out Coach Duke, by the way, who we need to figure out who Coach Duke is also, right? And
yes.
This sounds like when everyone talked about, the number one thing I'm hearing now from me is like when everyone talked about how COVID was such a bad thing that happened, it sounds like a lot of people were struggling and they came to you for help. And now you have 50 kids. Are you kidding?
Correct. Yes.
Oh my gosh. That's
yes.
crazy. I mean, how did you recruit 50 kids? Are they wearing masks while they're boxing? Like, what's going on?
So when we started building up our program, the county commissioner, the county judge, they got involved with our program and they loved it prior to COVID. And, they were a part of it. They came out, did little motivational speaking to the kids, letting them know. Because, we had to have somebody outside of their parents and the coaches telling them they can be whatever they want to be as long as they put their mind to it. So we asked people that had, that were city leaders that had influence and that had that reputation to say, look, you too can do what I'm doing if you just put your mind to it. And so when COVID hit, we had shut down our gym for roughly almost 2 months. And we were kind of scared because a lot of at the time when there was only 3 of us, the 3 coaches, a lot of the expenses came out of pocket, but we would have a small fee that we would charge families that came in for the competitive side of boxing to help us pay for, rent, light, water. The other part is all the coaches that we have on staff, we all volunteers. None of us get paid to do this, so we do this because we love what we do. And so anytime we were short on stuff, it was like, okay, this is what we're going to do to pay for it. We reach in our pockets and we pay for it. And we did fundraisers and so forth. But when COVID hit, it was kind of it tied our hands completely. And the one thing I kept hearing was, you got to keep moving forward no matter what you're faced with. If I can't believe in my own words that I tell these kids, how am I going to be able to tell them they can do what they want? And being faced with one of the biggest pandemics in the world was COVID, losing families, losing people you knew, and being able to still dig in and say, hey, look, we can still offer our program. So we came up with a protocol that was safe enough for us to be able to still continue. Luckily, at the time, we didn't have to worry about being overcrowded because we only had 20, some of the kids at the time. And then, of course, we lost almost half. So we were still running our program. And so the kids were coming in, we were doing temperature scan checks, having them fill out questionnaires, keeping them together in programs. So that way, we knew what kids were exposed to what other kids in case there was an outbreak. We can isolate that. And then we had them to where they couldn't interact with each other like they would before, hugging, high-fiving, all those little small things that people take for granted, it's a part of the human nature and soul to be able to share that emotion with somebody by just a simple hug or, hey, I miss you, because we were all locked up for several weeks in your house, not being able to leave. So when we came back, we had them wear masks, we had them do temperature checks. We were blessed enough, and I'm using the word blessed a lot because I believe that's what we are being given. And we sanitized the ring, the gym after every practice, before practice. So we took all these safety protocols to protect ourselves and the kids because we knew, these kids were going to be here and they were going to be around each other. And then, of course, we don't know who they're with around anybody else. So we just, we took those protocols in safetyness. And we had Mr. Gonzalez, JAG, he's a county commissioner, provide us with extra masks and gloves and those things that we needed just to be able to continue to do business and with the safetyness of being able to follow these guidelines that the CDC wanted us to have. So, we kept that into play, and it was substantial that when we had that huge growth, being that we work full-time jobs, getting out of work, going straight to the gym at 6, and then being there till 8:30, and having 50 kids, we have a 2,000 square foot gym that we're using. That video that you saw, it's only 2,000 square foot. It's a pretty small facility. Half of it's being eaten up with a ring we have, and then of course there's an office that's there. And then of course, just the way the layout is, we try to maximize our real estate by being able to be, fully functional with what we have. So we have a back garage door that opens up, and we have kids out there in the back area. We have kids inside, we have kids in the front, and we have kids in the front parking lot. So we're broken up in a segment, but we had with the growing pains, we had to break up our program into 2 time sectors. So we took all the beginners that were really beginners, and we put them in Group A, and we had them coming in at 5:30. And then Group B, which is the registered boxers. I'm sorry?
5:30 in the morning?
No, PM. Remember, we work, so we're in the evening after school. So at 5:30 PM, they come in and they're there till 7. Our second group of registered boxers come in at 6:30 PM, and they're there till 8:30. So that way we can kind of focus the kids with what they're doing in development versus having them all mixed. When we were kind of small, it was kind of easier to separate them. But with the growth we've had and the coaches that we recently got on, there's Coach Duke. He's the head coach. He's the one who started Duke It Out Boxing. There's me. And then there's Coach Eric. And then there's our 2 new.
With, I think You and
That's Coach Duke.
right?
Yes, that's Coach Duke. Yes, yes. And
Awesome.
then that's and then there's Coach Enrique and Coach Luis who just joined us.
Okay.
I want to say about a month and a half ago or 2 months. And Coach Luis is actually a professional boxer, and he's fighting right now. He's 2-0. You know, of course, nobody knows his name yet because that's usually the way it is with beginners. You know, coming into the pro circuit, you're the undercard, you're the card at the bottom. You fight when the camera's not showing, and then when you earn your accolades and you start, you know, dominating people, then they put you up on top and your name gets recognized. So Coach Luis is a professional boxer / coach who works with our kids as well. And so, and then the head coach, his head coach, which is his father, is also a coach as well. So those two newly joined us, and they loved what our program had to offer, what our focus was, and they want to have an impact in the community as well. And so, you know, what better opportunity do you get to tell these kids that are joining our gym is, hey, not only do you get to train with fellow brotherhood and sisterhood, you know, kids, but you also get to train with a professional boxer, you know, in our gym. And
can I just say, I think you sent me a message the other day about you having some kids who are going for some professional. Were they going to the Junior Olympics? What was going on? Like, did you?
Oh, yes. So we had 4 kids that were selected from our gym to head out to National Junior Olympics and compete against the best of the best in the whole nation. And I'm smiling because one of those kids is 12 years old. He's ranked number 1 in the whole nation now, and from this tournament, and he happens to be my son.
Even better, Dad! Oh my goodness! Congratulations!
Thank you. And again, we couldn't have done it as without Coach Enrique, Coach Eric, Coach Duke, you know, Coach Luis, all of us coming together and you know, working with these kids. So now in our gym, we have not only a professional boxer, but we have 3 kids that are ranked in the whole nation. So we have a 12-year-old who's ranked number 1. We have a 15-year-old who's ranked number 5 in the whole nation. And we have a 16-year-old who's ranked number 8 in the nation. So
in the nation, not Texas.
Not Texas.
And you know, we're all in Olympic mode right now, right? The Olympics, all the rave right now. So, I mean, we're talking world class, right? And what it takes to have the mental capacity to become world class is scary. Because, I mean, I used to be an athlete, and I know what it takes to, like, literally go to the next level. Like, you're good until your brain kind of gets afraid, and you have to, like, jump into the next thing. And there's a whole other thing that happens before you go to world class, and your 12-year-old is there. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
And so, can I just want to say thank you, first of all, for coming on the show and sharing that. But maybe I just also need to make sure the world knows that you're a dad who is powerful, you know, because I think, you know, obviously you're doing something right, you know, so we want to really unpack who you are, Coach Joe, because we want to find out more about what makes you tick. Why are we calling you a PowerUp hero? How are you able to have a 12-year-old in your house who is the number 1 youth boxer in the nation? That's amazing, which I always imagine that if it's the nation, then I always say it's the world, right? Because the
world, I say the world. He says, no, Dad, it's the nation. And yes, but also I have a 9-year-old daughter. She's in cheer, and she's a 3-time national champion too. So, you know.
Oh my gosh! Did you say she's in cheer, or what did you say?
She's in cheer. She's in competitive cheer. She is 9 years old. She just turned 10, but she's a 3-time national champ. So, you know, he sees it. He sees it in her. She sees it in him. The work ethic is there. They both push, and they're little because at that age, I wasn't even focused on doing anything amazing or even worried about college or what was going to be the future of it. It was just having fun. So, you know, I'm glad they're dedicated and they're able to perform at that level. So it's awesome.
And it's a true testament to you putting the opportunities in front of them, putting them in the space to be able to learn, right? So can you imagine, like, when did your son start playing?
He started boxing. He started boxing about 4 months before he turned 9.
Wow.
Okay, so from like 8, right, before 9, to now he's 12. So we have to imagine all that time, you are the one, Dad, right? So you and all his support system has actually made this child become who they are, because any other child may have the potential, but there needs to be people in place with them to support them so they can do the work that needs to be done to become, the way they're supposed to be, right? To actualize their full potential. So, anytime I see a child who is a superstar, I'm always like, wow, the parents, wow, the guardians, wow, whoever it is in their lives, a coach, a teacher, whoever it is, wow, because nobody does it alone, right? Especially our children. They really need us more than you can ever imagine. So
definitely. My wife, she's invested into my kids and our kids, and just, taking in the time that we have to travel, her being able to balance everything, she's a huge factor in their support as well. And, we really applaud them for their work and effort. And of course, they're kids, and a lot of the kids in the gym, and they're invested this much. They could be out playing, having fun during the summertime, but yet they're running, they're punching, they're sweating, they're putting their body through some pain, when they could be out doing something else. And they're not. They're part of this program, and it isn't a forced program. Every kid that comes in, I give them a tour. I take them on the tour. Hey, look, this is what you can do. This is what you can achieve. But it's going to be up to you to want to step in this door every day and show up every day, because you're not going to get any results just from one day to the next. It's going to take some time. We're going to plant a seed, and we're going to watch that flower grow, and how well it's maintained and taken care of. It's how beautiful it turns out to be. It's the way it's going to be. And so, that's what it is.
Megan, this is like motivate. I want to go to this gym.
I know, me too.
Bro, can I mention something? So you talked about Muay Thai, and I had an opportunity to interview your coach. Your coach is amazing too, Megan. I love your coach. Your coach really made me feel like doing Muay Thai, but I looked it up and I was like, I think I might die if I do this sport. It's like legs and arms and elbows and like blood. That's all I saw. So like it was scary. And I was like, no.
There's something about these sports that I resonate when Coach Joe says about being confident and being unafraid, because that is exactly the reason why I decided to do Muay Thai, was because as a grown adult, my parents were like, Megan, one day you're going to trust the wrong person and something's going to happen, because I'm just the most trusting person in the world. I say, yeah, you need a ride? Yeah, I'll take you here. Yeah, whatever you need. Like, let's go. Just get in the car. And they're like, one day something's going to happen. And so one day it just kind of was like, okay, everybody thinks something's going to happen. Well, then let's figure how it's not going to happen. Right. And so I go, and I'm brave and I'm ready. And I get there, and Mike's like, okay, first thing we're going to do is you're going to punch me in the face. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, punch me in the face. And I was like, I couldn't do it. I literally could not do it. I was too afraid. I was too scared. I wasn't confident. And in just a few short months, though, all of that started to change for me because of the work that I had, that support system that you guys keep talking about. And it's not even just about the physical. It's about talking through what we're doing. And why can't you punch me in the face? What's going on? Or, why can't we do this move? Or why are you hesitating? That was a big one for me. Why are you hesitating? Why are you holding back? I see you holding back. Why are you holding back? And it's those conversations that kind of unearth things in you. And I can only imagine what those conversations are doing for these kids. As an adult, they're stirring something in me and clearing things up in me that I didn't even know was there. So I can't even imagine how these conversations, in conjunction with the sport, is affecting these children in such a positive way. Like, they're digging through things that I'm digging through as an adult. Like, they're doing the work now, which is amazing. And I appreciate that. And I admire the work you do. And everybody in your support system at Duke It Out Boxing is definitely a hero in their own right. But today we're asking you, what does a hero mean to you? What does being a hero at Duke It Out Boxing mean to Coach Joe?
To me, it's being able to impact an individual, not knowing their circumstances, but treating them all with equal respect and opportunity to be successful, regardless of what they've done in the past. Being judged or whatever they're faced with, their circumstances, is just looking at them in the eye, making them believe that they can achieve anything they want as long as it's up to them at this moment and this time. And, it's all about time. it's what you do in this present moment. And so I tell a lot of people Merry Christmas, and everyone's like, Christmas? I'm like, yeah, today's a gift. It's the present. That's why they call it a present. So what are you going to do with the present you're given? So don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. Worry about the present. What are you going to do in this time moment? And being able to change the trajectory of their mental status states that they're thinking, okay, this is the way life's going to be for me because of family or the epigenetics of where they grew up or whatever it is saying I can do what I want and it's my choice now. And that's what we got to believe in. And if we can get them to believe that, we can create greatness in anybody. Greatness is within everybody. It's just being able to have them hone in on that inner ability they have of whatever it is they can do, and be able to figure out who they are, what they can do, and how they can help somebody. So to me, a hero is being able to help somebody without even being asked or told to do it. This whole program we came up with, we had no idea it was going to lead up to what it led up to now. You spoke of the Olympics, and just yesterday, our video that you saw, it got condensed to 30-second video, and now it's being played during commercials with Herman and Herman. So we're in everybody's TV now and their household, and I know all about branding, but Duke It Out Boxing has taken a whole new trajectory itself of what we thought that day when we said, hey, let's impact the community. Let's help out these kids. We didn't know it was going to be this. And then I still, with the drive that I have and my goals in life, this isn't nowhere near where I know we can achieve. I know there's more to it. I know there's a bigger platform that we're going to land on. But yeah, it's amazing. But that's what a hero is to me. It's helping out somebody who you may not know may need at that moment. Saying the right words, saying the right things.
I love that. That was such a good question, Megan. And I know we're calling you the PowerUp hero of time travel. So I know we're calling you that because we've kind of uncovered the fact that the work that you do at Duke It Out Boxing is volunteer, and you're the public relations manager of the entire outfit. So I would, be bold to say that any PR work that needs to be done is really the testament of the success, right? How do people find out about Duke It Out Boxing? From PR, right? How did
Correct.
Herman and Herman that about you, right? So it's probably all your hard work that you've done. So you have a job, right? Because you said you have a wife, and you have a family, you have your daughter, you have your son. So you have a full-time job. You have Duke It Out Boxing, which is a complete volunteer opportunity, which sounds like a full-time gig, by the way. And then you probably have time for yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your family. It sounds like so much going on. So that's why we're calling you the PowerUp hero of time travel. What does that mean to you? What does being a time traveler mean to you?
Just being able to manage life itself. You got to be able to know and what's important to you, prioritize that. We get so caught up in life sometimes. We're sitting there going, man, I wish we had more time in a day. And I've always heard motivational speakers say successful people have the same amount of time non-successful people have. It's just, what do you do with that time? So, with family, I think we get involved in our sports. My wife with cheer, with my daughter, me with my son in boxing, and then work. Both of us work full-time jobs, and then we just have to learn hey, we got to prioritize what's important, what needs to be handled now, and then we got to learn to just pump the brakes and say, hey, you know what? Now it's our time. We got to wait for the weekend. We went in San Antonio, took the kids out, took them away from anything other than just being a family, going out to eat, attending restaurants, sightseeing, just doing stuff. But that way we can, get a breather. Because every now and then, anything you do in sports, there's always got to be a break. That's why they have different periods for basketball. There's half times in football, and in boxing, you got 60 seconds between rounds. And that's just the way it is in anything you do. So no matter what you're into, no matter how dedicated or how tough you are, there's got to be that little break that gets you re-energized and focused to take on the next round. And that's the way we do it. So our job is to prepare these kids and give them a fighting chance in life, one round at a time.
I love it. And I mean, it almost sounded like you were giving us some hacks here. Okay. So it's like work and then we rest, right? So it sounds like those shirts that you see, like eat, box, rest, repeat,
Yes.
like almost like
Correct.
that's cool. So that brings me into a really fun part of our show, which is our fast 5-finger favorites. We really love this part. I don't know whether Megan, you like it as much as I do.
I really do.
Part. It's really fun. For those of you who are watching, feel free to join in. What are your favorites? Share them in the chat. But we are here to ask Coach Joe, who is our Power Up hero of time travel. Coach Joe does multiple things. Full-time job. Coach Joe is coaching kids, volunteering at Duke It Out Boxing. He's also a public relations manager there. And Coach Joe also has a loving family that he takes care of. Him and his wife are clearly Power Up heroes, both of them are. And so I want to ask you right now, Coach Joe, as the Power Up hero of time travel, what is the Power Up hero of time travel enjoy reading? What is your favorite book or something to read?
My favorite book that I found most recently is the Custom Model Mind. It's a book that was written by Custom Model of his work ethic and his training with great boxers, and Mike Tyson was one of those great boxers, and he went and he broke down his process of how he looked at kids, what he decided to do, how he was going to help them, and it was similar to the path that we're taking ourselves at the gym, and not even knowing we're on the same path as that, and it kind of made it like, wow, okay, we're doing exactly what he's doing and making him successful, except, whether it's boxing or life, we're doing the same steps. So I think, to me, that was one of my favorite books, and I would highly recommend to read it. It gives you a good history about Mike Tyson and how he grew up and his trainer, because that was his biggest part of his success, who was in his corner, just like, you have your husbands and your wives that are there to support you. That was his support, his foundation.
Love it. Who's in your corner? I have not heard about that book, so I am checking it out. Now, Coach Joe, we're going to ask you, what is your favorite movie? What do you like to watch?
My favorite movie is The Knight's Tale, and that is with
Heath Ledger.
Keith Ledger, and it's about changing your stars. Didn't matter how you grew up, his goal was to be a knight, and the circumstances were you couldn't be it if you weren't of noble blood, and he fought that, and he changed it, and he became what he wanted to be, and then that's like the story of like a Cinderella story for guys, I guess, in a sense.
I love that. I love how you said that. It's the Cinderella story for guys. And by the way,
correct.
I don't know if y'all Cinderella fans have seen that Amazon is like putting out some Cinderella movie. Okay, I'm just vibing on that right now. Cannot wait for that movie to come out. So, super excited to ask you, what is your favorite song? What do you like to listen to?
I love all kinds of songs, but if I want to get myself motivated, it is a specific song that kind of relates, and it's called All the Above. It's kind of like a little storyline of me. It's my if I have a theme song, that's the song I would have. It's changing, no matter what you're faced with, being able to beat all the odds and coming out of it. That's what the song brings into it. Just like anything else. I wish I could work the words a little bit and change it, but 95 or 85% of it is perfect, of what it is.
Love it. I've never heard that song. I will look it up. I will look up that song.
Yes. The singer is Maino, Maino.
Maino. Okay, I will look that up. Next, I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite quote or a phrase that you like?
I like to say, work hard, win easy. And it relates to more of Eric Thomas, my favorite motivational speaker, where he says, if you got to want to be successful as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. So I think that ties in together itself.
You just said E.T. right now, Eric Thomas,
Yes.
like in this show right now. Oh my gosh! So you listen to, you speak so motivational. Every sentence you're saying is like a quote that needs to be written down, and like there needs to be a book about it. So you follow Eric Thomas, like I
Yes.
do. I follow Eric Thomas. He's super amazing.
Yes, he is. He's amazing. He speaks truth of what he offers, and the motivation he can give is basically just being able to do what he says, and taking those words into an account,
Yeah.
So definitely.
Well, let me get through this, and then let me see if I can find some ET for us to enjoy. So
No problem.
let's ask you this question, Coach Joe. When you are thinking about your morning, when you're waking up in the morning as a power-up hero of time travel, now that you're traveling, you're actually traveling in your house right now. How
Yes.
do you wake up in the morning? What is your morning routine like? How do you like to enjoy your day?
Definitely the morning routine's a little different for me. I need to wake up. I have to listen to something motivating and positive. After that, I'll listen to, like they always say, if you want to start your day positive, you got to listen to something positive. And then on top of that, I'll listen to a few minutes of something that has to do with prayer, just because of the fact you got to take into account that everything that you have is there for a reason and you're being blessed. And then from there, I do my routine. I get dressed, get ready. Can you give me the charger? I get the routine of being able to kiss my family and give them all a kiss while they're getting ready, take them to school, head to work, and get my day going.
So who are you talking to right now?
My wife.
Oh, your power-up hero wife that we've heard.
Yes, my power-up hero wife, yes.
The #1 cheerleader in the whole of the USA. So we're super excited.
Yes.
Can I just say, I didn't grow up here in the US. So when I came here, I found out about cheerleading. We did not have cheerleading in my school, or I didn't even know it existed as a thing. And I feel like in another life, if I was brought up here, I would have been a cheerleader. Megan, were you a cheerleader?
I was. I actually cheered with All American Cheer Company out of Kingsville, Texas. And
okay.
Yeah, and I did that for about 2 or 3 years, and it was awesome. I had a really good time. We went to a few competitions and had some fun. I mean, it's a really great experience. I think it teaches girls how to deal with other girls at a really young age, because once you get older, the girls are always like, this, that, girl, right? But when you learn that you need other females around you at an early age, I think that really helps you grow as a female and as a woman, and it helps you empower each other instead of always being at each other's necks and always competing against each other and always trying to fight for that spot. It really helps you empower one another, especially when you get into that component of gymnastics, right? Everybody's watching each other throw their back handsprings and throw their back tucks and throw their layouts. And it's about cheering each other on. You're not just cheering the sport team or cheering the crowd on. You have to learn to cheer one another on so that you're hitting those moves as best as you can.
Yeah. So as Coach Joe gets comfy, it looks like you're sitting on your couch.
Yes, next to the tiger.
Some ET for us. Just a little taste. Megan, do you know who Eric Thomas is?
No, but I'm about to find out.
I'm introducing you to the rest of your life, okay?
Okay.
Watch. I love this. I love this one.
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T. and welcome to another edition of, that's right, baby, bring it from the bottom. Thank God it's Monday. Woo! All right, so last week you heard me say it. Winners win. Yep, winners win and losers lose. And hopefully in 7 days you've had time to think and you like, E.T., I feel you. E.T., I'm finally ready. I'm ready to get on the other side of losing. I'm ready to be a winner. Woo! Look, if that's you, I got news for you. Like, I'm about to blow your mind. The first principle I'm going to give you to transition, like you are tired, culturally tired, generationally tired. You in a losing culture. You've been in a generation after generation after generation of losing. You like, I'm tired. Like, yo, it ain't for me no more, Like, I don't want to do it no more. Look, first principle, and you gonna love it. You ain't gotta write no check. First principle, listen to me. You ain't gotta give a whole lot of effort. The first principle, we going mental toughness. The first principle, I need you to do me a favor. I just need you to expect to win. Yep. Yeah. You like, come on, that's simple. Look, number one, I need you to expect to win. When you wake up in the morning, I expect to win. I expect it to be a great day. Listen to me very closely. I do not get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to lose. I used to be a loser, high school dropout. I used to be a loser, homeless. I used to be a loser, eating out of trash cans. Listen to me, this ain't no feel-good stuff. I used to be a loser. Now, listen to me. All I do is win. And the first thing I did, I said, look, it's unacceptable. I will not be a loser. All I did was say to myself, I expect to win. Listen to me, when I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I expect it to be a great day. When I grind, I expect to win. When I wake up, I expect a miracle. I expect that phone call. I expected to have marital bliss. I had kids. I expected to have a great relationship with my kids. When I went to school to get my PhD, I expected to pass. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I wake up every day and I expect it. All I need you to do, don't practice to fail. Are you practicing to fail? Are you going to class on time, doing all your homework to fail? So number one, mental toughness. Everything you put your hands forth to do, expect to be successful. Expect it to be positive. When you set out for a goal, expect that it's going to happen. That's all I need you to do. Number one, expect it to happen. What if I told you that you never ever have to come up short again? So this is all I need you to do for me today. Listen to me, this is all I need you to do for me today is to declare that it's over. That yesterday was the last day that you were a loser. Like yesterday was the last day you expected to lose. Like yesterday was the last day you expected, listen to me, to come up short. Like all I need you to do is declare for me like losing is over. All I need you to do is speak up and say, I expect to win.
I expect to win. And we can watch that video on and on, but oh my gosh, can I say something, Coach Joe? We need to meet face to face. I've never met you in my life. I just meet you online. Tons of people nominated you. So super excited to have you on the show. But now that you're an ET fan, we need to hang out. We need to just get together and like vibe on ET because Megan, how about that? Now you know who Eric Thomas is, Megan.
That is amazing. I need to be listening that in the morning because I have this goal of like, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting on that treadmill. I'm going outside, whatever activity I'm doing. And last week, it was like my first week. I nailed it. But with ET on my side, maybe that's gonna fuel my second week.
Megan, when we talk about best version of yourself, you need a support system. So what I'm hearing from Coach Joe is that Coach Joe pours into himself ET's verbiage. I mean, this guy kind of wakes you up, right? I mean, if you were waking up and like, I just kind of want to wake up today. No, he makes you feel like I better wake up today and I better be ready to make it happen and I better expect to win. So how did you find out about Eric Thomas, Coach Joe?
Just going through some struggles in life, trying to figure out what to do, how to impact, and just came across motivational speakers, listening to quotes. You had your traditional speakers, Robbins, you had Zig Ziglar, you had all these greats that spoke, and it was great when I heard Eric Thomas for the first time, and his motto, the way he talked, what he preached, how his philosophy focus was, it was engaging for me. It was something that, okay, this guy, I want to hear him. I want to hear what he says. And we had a lot of relatable story, he's like he said, he slept out of he was sleeping in abandoned buildings, eating out of trash cans. My mom and I were homeless for 3 years in the streets. And not knowing where we're going to stay and sleep, and being in those circumstances, it's not to where I should be because I've changed that. I made a choice to say, you know what? Yes, that was a part of life. That's what's faced with. And these kids that you see in the gym, you don't know what kind of circumstance that they're going through, whether they have a hunger pain because they haven't eaten. This is the outlet they come to because they're frustrated with what their living arrangements are, or dealing with all kinds of troubles. And so you got to be, you got to understand, you got to watch what you say to people, and it's not what you say, it's how you say it as well, to get them to be motivated, because you don't know what anybody's struggling through. You don't know what the history is of that person. And so when you come across them, it's got to be motivating, it's got to be powerful, and it's got to be positive. You know, there's enough negative stuff in the world. You can turn the TV on and see the news, and everything's negative. You know, it's focusing on the positive stuff in life that's what can help you make a difference. And you know, it's you could have a bad day starting off, stubbing your toe, and it changes everything. You just get mad, frustrated, and you could ruin your day. And that's you're ruining the opportunity of your present, the gift that you were given. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna learn to say, you know what, that's something small, that's nothing major, nothing to worry about, and focus on the bigger things in life. Because I've been there in that spot, and I'm now where I'm at, and I'm blessed to be able to say, hey, I'm taking care of my family, providing for my family. I won't have to ever have my kids worry about where are we sleeping tonight, when are we going to eat, is there going to be food. And these kids that I get from the community that come from low income families or that are struggling, you could tell, I can see it in their face, and you definitely can see it in their eyes. And it's something that I'm able to see and to be able to impact them in a way to make them forget about those pains. It's being desensitized to it, and not focusing on those things, and being able to say, you know what, I can do things and I can change my future as long as I believe in myself. And that's what it's about. Just being positive and powerful as much as possible. I'm sorry.
I love that. You know, and what you're saying kind of speaks to me from your video. I can do anything if I put my mind to it. You know, I think it sounds like that's the phrase. You have them boxing. Oh, I can't do anything if I put my mind to it. Sure. You know, it sounded like a lot. You know, you said that quite a few times in the video you had. You know, I think this interview is going longer than we expected because we're having so much fun with you, Coach Joe. Are you having fun with us? Because I'm definitely like, you know, you can come back anytime you want, Coach Joe. We are definitely
appreciate that.
Loving this. You are a hero, and and can I say something? You know, we talk about heroes showing up as the best version of themselves. You know, you're beyond that. You're actually now doing the heavy lift of helping other people be heroes in their lives. You know. And so that's, I think, for me, where I think you've surpassed other heroes, where other heroes are heroes because they are heroes and they come out and they do the thing. You do the thing, and that's done. But now you pour into others, right? Pouring into our future generation. You know, I mean, the fact that that you're talking about this being a volunteer opportunity for you, that is really touching lives. We're talking national lives, right? For me, this is huge. It's huge for our community. And so as we're calling you the PowerUp hero of time travel, you know, what do you think your superpower is? You know, I always think, you know, we think about Superman. Superman can see through walls, can fly, you know. Wonder Woman's amazing. She does everything, by the way. So Wonder Woman, no one can touch her. But what are your superpowers? What is the power that drives this time travel, this thing that you do that just makes everything happen that you do through Ducat boxing with your family and through your full-time job?
It's love. It's loving what I do. It's all about the passion of it. And they say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, a minute in your life. And I think being able to help out people as much as possible, because I've been given that opportunity, is just the reason why I'm able to balance a lot of things. And you know, and I need to do more. I think I need to focus more on a lot of things. But that's what makes us human, is being able to know, you know, if you love what you're doing, it's all worthwhile. It'll pay off in the long run.
Wow, Megan, love.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't surprise me from a guy like Coach Joe. You can definitely tell the way he talks and the way he talks about Duke It Out boxing, that it is, love is his fuel. That's his passion. That's what gets him up in the morning, probably for all the way from 5 o'clock in the morning till 8:30 at night. I mean, it does not surprise me one bit. And it wouldn't surprise me if everyone at Duke It Out boxing is exactly the same way.
Yes, that's the way we are.
Oh, I want to come to Duke It Out boxing. So I don't know if you mind. I need to mention that I have a coach who I go with to box, and he also has some kids that he supports. I don't know if you know Coach Ben Flores. Do you know Coach Ben?
No, not. I might have seen him around, but no, I don't know him personally.
Okay, so I have to tell y'all something. So I had a goal to do a Spartan race. Never done a Spartan race in my life. I had done a Tough Mudder race and came back and had 5 months of like struggle after with physical therapy because I really tore up my body. So when I was gonna do the Spartan race, I needed to be ready for it, and I started going to Coach Flores's gym, and it was the most amazing experience. And he also has kids that come in and get coached, and so there's something to be said about boxing. I think boxing is the kind of sport that, I don't know whether the quotes are right, but, everybody's having a good time until they get punched in the face. I love that quote by Mike Tyson, right? He's like, yeah, you look good. Let me punch you in the face and see how you feel after that. And so I think when I go to the boxing club, I feel like, you're doing really good until you walk into the gym and you have to do a fast round of 1 minute, whatever boxing, or you going to where you're tag teaming with your teammate and you're getting punched in the face. There's something to be said about boxing that really changes you. And can I say something else? I know you're working with kids, but Coach Flores also works with seniors who have Alzheimer's. Did you know that seniors who have Alzheimer's, if they start boxing, it actually reverses the Alzheimer's? There's something about that with boxing.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I'm super excited about that. So for our next part of our questions that we wanted to ask you, and I know you talked a little bit about this, is, in the hero's journey, we know that not everything goes right? We talk about being the hero of your story, but every story we read always has a journey, right? It's always the part where we say, wow, this person's amazing. And then, oh my gosh, what just happened? How are they going to recover? So we want to ask you, in your hero's journey, what challenges have you had? Maybe what has your kryptonite been, right? For Superman, kryptonite is the thing that didn't help him be Superman. So what is it in your life that you feel is your kryptonite?
The fact that is bringing awareness to the gym of what Duke It Out Boxing Club can do for kids in the community. Making the local businesses, the big businesses, the corporate companies, just aware of how they can invest into something that might seem small, but in the long run, again, it's the future of what we're presenting to the generation. What are we preparing our kids for? Yes, they go to school and they study and so forth, but the tools that they're going to learn from what we do, I think, is goes to greatness itself. Because the fact that if they can become great leaders and great kids themselves, and they grow up that way with what they're being influenced by, I think it'll impact the city itself. So, being that we've had the mayor come out, we've had the county judge, the commissioner court, the county city councilman, they know what our program's about. And this is the growing part of being able to say, hey, you wanted to be a nonprofit, no problem. Here you go. Now, what are you going to do? And then you find out that it takes some time to, one, brand yourself, two, for companies to trust in you, because nonprofits pop up all the time. They just come up, and then next they're gone. People invested into their program and thinking, oh, okay, this is the good one, or this is what it is. And then all of a sudden they disappeared. They didn't get what they invested into or thought they were going to get in return. And so I think that's where, branding Duke It Out Boxing Club for more than just boxing. Because when I say we're a boxing club, or I say a boxing club, they just shut me off sometimes right off the bat, not knowing that it's more than that. And then it has, oh, you like to have people fight. It's all about fighting. It's brutal. It's gladiator style back in the day thing. No, boxing is a sport. Yes, that is what it is. I'm not gonna say it isn't, but it's what we're doing with these kids that are not going to be in the boxing sport. It's helping those kids and getting people to understand there's a different perspective of what we're doing aside of just coming in to have kids fight. We're helping them develop. We're having them change. It was the hardest thing coming out of the gate and facing that. But, you got to take some no's. You got to use that as your medicine. You got to use that as your as your recharging thing. So when I hear a no, it makes me smile. Okay, maybe there's two things. Is one, okay, no problem. You don't want to invest into us. You don't want to be a part of us. Don't know, whatever the case will be. But I love when I get that phone call going, hey, I had no idea. What I got to do to be a part of this? And that's the turning point. And it's because they got to find out. So yes, it's been a rough road in the beginning coming out. Then we were doing something. We were the first gym in Corpus to receive a resolution from the commissioner's court, and I think that was great within the first year. Then COVID hit, shut us down, and I thought, well, okay, we were doing this momentum and we were going forward, and then all of a sudden it just got pulled out from under us. What are we gonna do now? And so then just kept moving forward, focusing on how can you impacting, and then I just started realizing, you know what? Hey, there's Google, there's Facebook, there's all kinds of ways to get your name out there, and what are people going to find when they look you up? And they found Duke It Out Boxing. So I think that's where our growth came from. I think taking the no's and using that to motivate myself, because I hear no's all the time, but I mean, it's part of life, you know. It's the business. If people want to invest in good things, but if they don't know about a good thing first, and they shut you off because they're so used to all the other people that burned them, you know, it's hard. But I sit there and I tell people, hey, watch the video first. Watch the video about us, and then let's talk about it. Yeah. Or if I tell you more about the kids, helping at-risk kids, and it lines in with your company's philosophy or you know, a community outreach part, then boom, we're like peanut butter and jelly. We're made for each other, you know. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we have to come up with something big. So that's where I went big or go home, and we're bringing Sugar Ray Leonard to Corpus Christi. And
oh my gosh! You just say Sugar Ray Leonard.
I said, Sugar, yes. We're going to host our first annual TKO Gala with legendary Sugar Ray Leonard coming to Corpus Christi at the Omni Hotel. Wow. And we are proudly supported by the United Chamber of Commerce with Ethan Franco and JBBM Marketing.
Efrain. You just said Efrain on the show. Oh my gosh, that man works so hard. Can I just say that? First of all, I have not seen a person who works harder for chamber members than him.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, but we're part of the chamber too, so you know that's how we met. And then of course JBBM Marketing with Barbie Baker.
Barbie Baker, she's been on the show. CC Barbie.
Yes, and so those Barbie and Efren are ambassadors of Duke It Out Boxing Club, and so together we came up with the idea to bring Sugar Ray Leonard, and right now he's coming October 29th, 2021. So we're going to do a TKO gala. The gala is going to have him do meet and greet, photos, opportunity to take pictures, get autographs. And then, of course, we're going to do dinner, and he's going to be a keynote speaker for the event. On top of that, you know, we've been blessed enough to have a headline sponsor jump in for sponsorship. So TKO Laser Paint, shout out to Savas and his crew. And then as well, Chris Hegg and his team from Phoenix Technology Consultants, they jumped in as a presenting sponsor. We have the Port of Corpus Christi jumping in sponsorship. So, you know, we've had a couple of businesses and companies, huge companies, jump in and a part of the gala. And we still have opportunity for sponsorships to be a part of something big and end 2021 with a bang. You know, we've just came out of COVID. Now we're getting back to life and doing things normally that we normally we're accustomed to now. I think jumping into something this huge, and every dollar that we're going to raise from this gala is to help us achieve that dream. I've said that is being the next Boys and Girls Club YMCA, and a huge shout out to Lynn Engineering, who's designing our facility. That way, when we do the few of these galas, we can take that money we got from the sponsorship, from the fundraising, and go and build a brand new facility where we can house over 300 kids. Because we want to get out of that 2,000 square foot facility we're in and not tell kids they can't join our gym because we're at max capacity. So that's the goal of the gala, and that's what we're doing. So if anybody wants to get a part of that sponsorship opportunity and have your company be a part of something great and helping kids' lives at the same time, they can reach me, and I'll be glad to help them out, be a part of something big. There it is.
Yeah, I just jumped on your website. As soon as he said that, I was like, I'm sure it's on their website. So here we are. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So this is sponsorship opportunity with Barbie Baker, who, by the way, is a PowerUp hero. So we're so excited. She's our PowerUp hero of marketing. So she's definitely throwing it down for Coach Joe and Duke It Out Boxing. So for those of you who don't know, here in Corpus Christi, Texas, we are so excited to be hosting Sugar Ray Leonard. And so thank you so much, Coach Joe, for telling us about this. I had no idea. So we're making history in being able to have an opportunity in October for you to be part of this opportunity to have Sugar Ray Leonard here, speaking not only to our youth, but also sharing information about how, I guess, his career, right? Is he doing like a boxing match, or is he coming to do a speaking opportunity?
No, he's doing a speaking event. He's going to be speaking about bullying and other key parts of boxing and what fundamentals can do for an individual. So it's going to be awesome to have somebody that amazing come to Corpus Christi and Duke It Out Boxing trying to put themselves on the map with something amazing. I think this is going to be our opportunity to shine, and every dollar counts that we get from this fundraising event. And we build a brand new facility. We want to make sure that we're here forever, just not only for the short term of we're alive, that we're here, but for every kid that we have after saying, you know what, the gym did this for me, let me go back and contribute by being a volunteer or coaching, and just continue that legacy of Duke It Out Boxing and what its purpose is about.
I love it. And for those of you who may just jump off because you only had a few seconds here on the show, there is the website. It's www.dukeitoutboxing.org. Again, www.dukeitoutboxing.org. Sponsorship opportunities are available. And you can also call Coach Joe. Coach Joe's number is +1 if you're not here in the United States, 361-906-7876. Once again, that number is +1 361-906-7876. Coach Joe, we are so excited to have you on the show. You are a wealth of knowledge, but I feel like we could talk to you for more and more time. But just in closing, we want to ask you one question, which we always like to ask, which is: imagine yourself 5 to 10 years from now. What do you see?
I see myself standing in the facility that we built with 300 kids surrounded by us, with just that opportunity to know that we're making a big impact in Corpus Christi. And it's starting with these kids and knowing that what I dreamt about of the goal is come to reality within that time frame. It's got to be done sooner than that. But in 10 years, I'll be standing in that facility going, man, I remember talking about this on your show and saying that we were going to make it happen, and it happened.
I love it. And just like E.T. said, Eric Thomas, expect to win. And that's what you're doing. You're already seeing it. So you see it already. You see the facility. You probably already see the land, right? You're like, somebody buy that for us, and then we're going to build on that. So you're ready to go.
Ma'am.
So I love it. I love it. I love it. So how can people get in touch with you?
They can reach me 361-906-7876. They can go to the website, dukeitoutboxing.org. And it'll leave a link to connect to call me or leave an email. Or you can reach me, dukeitoutboxingclub@gmail.com. Or they can drive to the facility themselves at 4528 Baldwin Boulevard here in Corpus Christi and come take a tour of the gym and see what we're all about. It's always open. It's right there, 4528 Baldwin Boulevard. From 6 p.m. to 8 o'clock is when I'm typically there. Sometimes you'll catch me there at 5:30 working with the younger kids, but we're there. Anybody there can give you a tour of the facility. And if they're looking for sponsorship opportunities, I'll be the guy they look for and talk to about. But, we're here to impact the city and the future. And they can do that with one phone call. It's real simple.
Love it. And I also need to point out another thing that I found on your website was some information about some events you have that you do. So I just want to make sure the community knows that it's not just about boxing, it's also about speaking engagements. So you can just make sure you follow Duke It Out Boxing, because there's lots of opportunities for you. Maybe your kids are not boxing, but maybe they can come to the speaking engagements. So it's important to just be connected with organizations that are doing great work in our community. I think, I always think like, all, tides, the tide raises all boats, right? So if we are all pushing forward to make our community stronger, we will all be successful. And so if we can all rally around what Duke It Out Boxing is doing, we will all be successful. So first of all, Coach Joe, I want to thank you so much for the time you spent with us. I know we've taken away from your family time, and you're the superhero of time travel. So we're totally cutting into your time with your family. So sorry about that, but thank you so much for spending time with us today.
It was an honor and a pleasure to be on the show, and thank y'all so much for allowing me to be able to speak about Duke It Out and what its purpose is, and bring awareness to our organization. And of course, they want to be part of something big. joining on the TKO Gala. I'll tell you that. It's the biggest thing you can do.
Let's do it. I think we should say power up with our fists up like boxers do, okay? 1, 2, 3, Duke It Out Boxing, power it up. So we're going to power up Duke It Out Boxing by being part of the sponsorship. I guess you should count me in, Coach Joe. Somehow or another, I will figure out how to make my contribution to your TKO
Awesome.
Gala you're doing.
Thank
so
you.
Definitely count Megan in too. We'll be there for
Yeah,
sure.
I want to go. I want to go see Sugar Ray Leonard.
We're gonna be there, Coach Joe. We're gonna make this happen.
That's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're gonna be there. So, and for those of y'all watching, you're gonna be there too. Yes. So we'll see you there. Sugar Ray Leonard and TKO Boxing Gala hosted by Duke It Out Boxing and the rest of the community that's going to be sponsoring, including PowerUp Heroes. So, Coach Joe, thank you so much for all the amazing PR work you do in our community. Not only for your full-time job, you're such an amazing salesperson and an amazing PR person in our community, but also for Duke It Out Boxing, being an amazing father, being an amazing spouse, an amazing husband to your wife, and I guess being an amazing son for your mom, right? So we want to thank you so much for just being in our community and being who you are, Coach Joe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
You just met Coach Joe, Megan.
I know. I'm so excited. I want to go by the gym and just like see it happen before my eyes.
I know. You know, can I tell you? So I messaged him actually. So I messaged him like 2 weeks ago and I was like, hey, can I come by to check it out? And of course, our calendars didn't align for me to be able to go. Work is kind of busy sometimes. So yeah. I didn't get to go to the gym, but that's what I wanted. I think I was kind of feeling, when I saw that video, I was feeling like, I kind of want to go here and I want to feel this place before we have this interview. So we definitely should make a point, Megan. We need to go and check out Duke It Out Boxing. And whenever they have their kids boxing, we should just show up and just be like there. As cheerleaders.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I'll say it again and again that there is something about boxing. There is something about these high contact sports that changes you for the better. And I get how he struggles to get people to buy in because it kind of has this negative connotation tied to it. Yes. Probably because of all the movies in Hollywood. I don't know where it comes from, but
the blood in the ring. That's all I gotta say. Like,
yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah. But there's something about it that it's just it's empowering. It's a confidence builder. It makes you so much stronger. There's something mentally that it just helps with that discipline. I mean, there's all these triggers that fire off. And so I deeply admire Coach Joe. I'm believing alongside Coach Joe that he and Duke It Out Boxing are breaking generational chains in the youth of South Texas. 100%. I believe in that for them. And I can't wait to go visit as soon as possible.
Yes. Definitely. We definitely need to visit before the gala at least, right? So we know what we're talking about and what we're contributing to. But can I also say something? One of the questions we didn't ask directly was about tips and hacks on how you spend your time wisely. And this would have been the person to ask about time, the PowerUp Hero time travel. But I think we kind of got it, right? I think it was
we
about
definitely did.
Right? Like, I think it was about spending time thinking about what are you passionate about? What do you love? Spend time on that, right? And that's how you spend your time. Is spending time with the things you love. Oh, and then the resting. I think that's what I wrote down too. Making sure you have.
I definitely remember that. And I think for him and his kids, it sounded like it was pretty important to pull away from the sports every now and then and just have that time to go out of town or go out to eat, like he was saying, and just focus on being in that moment and just putting everything else aside for a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing I wrote down was this book. I had never even heard of it, The Custom Model. I can't wait to read it. I mean, just even the title kind of makes me already kind of, sometimes from the title you can figure out what the book is about. And I think I kind of know, but I'm like, I've never heard of this book. So I can't wait to unpack the book. That's the only one that I think I've never heard of the book. Usually I know of the books that the hero is talking about. So I love books. So I cannot wait. Megan, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for co-hosting with me. And now we have a date scheduled. We don't have a date yet, but we have a date scheduled at Duke It Out Boxing. So if you are just tuned in right now, we just interviewed Coach Joe Garza. So I am actually just going to show his picture. So Joe De La Paz is the boxing coach and public relations manager at Duke It Out Boxing. So Megan and I had the opportunity to have a great conversation with Coach Joe. Coach Joe can be reached at dukeitupboxing.org. They have an amazing opportunity for you to sponsor. So if you want to sponsor a Sugar Ray Leonard event coming to Corpus Christi, Texas, go ahead and visit their website so you can find out more information about it. Megan and I are definitely going. So we'll see you there. Megan, I'll see you next time. Bye.
I'll see you at Duke It Out Boxing.
I know. I'll see you there too. We'll record a video and then we'll share with everybody after we go. Bye.
Bye.
I love you. Bye.
I love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for watching the show today. I absolutely loved the show because I love boxing. So I fell into boxing with my coach, Coach Ben Flores, who actually owns Corpus Christi Boxing Club. Actually just completely fell in love with myself after meeting Coach Ben. So if you have never tried boxing in your life, you need to join a boxing club. It is so amazing. If you want to find out more about the Power Up Hero that we just interviewed, go to our podcast page, which is poweruphero.org. Again, that page is poweruphero.org. Not only can you find out more about our heroes, but you can also buy the Power Up Hero daily planner. So go ahead and join the Power Up Hero community. Become a hero in your life by being part of our community. And I also want to ask you, if you know anybody in our community who deserves to be recognized as a Power Up Hero, we definitely want you to nominate them. So you can also visit our website, www.poweruphero.org. Nominate them today so that they can be a hero. We want all the bold and I guess you could say bold and successful people in our community who definitely have a story to tell about how they are being heroes in the face of adversity. So please visit our website, www.poweruphero.org, because we want all those positive attitudes and commitments to our community on the show today. Be sure to subscribe wherever you are watching. So whether you are watching on YouTube or Facebook, Periscope, LinkedIn, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, I have to point out that we just recently got recognized by a new podcast portal called Verbal, and they just recognized us as ambassadors of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So be sure to go and download the app Verbal if you want to find out more about how we are being ambassadors of diversity, equity, and inclusion in our communities. And also a huge shout out to Amazon. Thank you so much, Amazon Music. Amazon has recently recognized us as well on their homepage. The Power Up Hero Show is super excited. So you can also ask your Alexa to play the Power Up Hero Show. So ask your Alexa to tune in to the show wherever you are. You don't have to tune in on time. You can just ask your devices to tune in for you. We hope that you were educated. We hope that you were inspired to be a Power Up Hero, not only for the community that you serve, but also for the teens that you are blessed to serve with, for your family, for your friends, and for you and your career. Because we know that you cannot be a Power Up Hero for your community if you're not taking care of yourself. So our world needs more heroes today more than ever before. So we always ask you on the show for you to be the best version of yourself. We know that it's really tough sometimes, but when you're faced with adversity, that's where the hero needs to show up. That's where the action is. So most of the adversity usually has to do with you, right? And you maybe have no one to talk to about it, but that's okay. The point is you are the hero in your story. So continue to be the hero for yourself, because that's how you're able to pour into other people. So for your day today, I hope you make today an amazing day, and I hope you make it a powered up day. And I'm going to do my boxing glove for you to make it a powered up day. Bye.